Boy Carter. Beyonce. Beyonce.
Watch the ride with my fears away to the summer sunset on the holy night and a long back road with all the tears I fight.
Their relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there.
Cowboy Carter is allegedly going to be Beyonce's last tour, and then she is going to go off with her bodyguard Julius, who she has allegedly been having an affair with for years.
Dame Dash is stirring the pot again, and this time, he's coming for the Carters with no mercy. He's been out here running his mouth about Jay-Z, but what's wild is the latest thing he said just cracked open one of the biggest celebrity rumors ever. Dame practically confirmed that Beyonce allegedly had something going on with her longtime bodyguard Julius. Can you believe that? And get this, it's not even new gossip. People have whispered about this for years, but nobody ever went public with it like this before.
Everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give a f if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was the girl that didn't want you.
What's crazier? Julius's wife reportedly knew the whole time. The internet is losing it right now because this isn't just a fan theory anymore. This feels like a scandal that's been brewing in silence for decades. Fans who used to call Bey and Jay the perfect couple are now side-eyeing everything they thought they knew. So what really went down? Was this some emotional connection or something way deeper? And how does Jay-Z feel now that the world's digging up his wife's alleged secret? The tension's thick because it's not just about cheating anymore. It's about pride, image, and revenge. Even Julius's wife staying silent this whole time adds a whole new layer, like what was really happening behind those VIP curtains. Now let's be real. Dame's no stranger to stirring chaos. He's been bitter ever since his fallout with Jay-Z, and this whole thing feels personal. They once built empires together, ran Rockefeller like brothers, and now it's pure bad blood. According to people close to the situation, the feud goes way deeper than business. It's emotional. Rumor has it Jay-Z felt some type of way over Aaliyah choosing Dame back in the day, and that jealousy supposedly pushed him to make cold business moves. Some even claim he sold out Dame's stake in Rockefeller right from under him out of spite. Since then, Dame's been slowly taking shots, exposing secrets, dropping interviews, and making it clear he wants Jay-Z and Beyonce to feel the heat. This new Beyonce and Julius revelation might just be his boldest move yet. He's flipping the whole narrative, trying to prove that while the world dragged Jay-Z for cheating, Beyonce might have had her own skeletons hidden behind those flawless performances and picture-perfect smiles. And now, the question everybody's asking, if there's any truth to this, what does that mean for the royal couple image they've built for decades? The internet's on fire, fans are split, and one thing's for sure. Dame Dash just lit up Hollywood's calmest storm with one shocking claim. Let's talk about this wild situation that's been bubbling for years. Rumors about Beyonce and her bodyguard, Julius DeBoer, have been circulating since the late 2000s. And by the early 2000s, fans were convinced something deeper was going on. It wasn't just the way he protected her, it was the way he moved around her. Like there was a different kind of energy between them. People started asking, was this just loyalty? Or was there more behind those quiet, watchful eyes? And let's not act like Julius hasn't been in the middle of some iconic, chaotic moments. Remember the legendary 2014 elevator fight? Solange versus Jay-Z, the one that practically broke the internet? Julius was right there, standing between all that fury, holding Solange back while keeping Beyonce untouched. His focus never shifted. Every move he made was about protecting her. And yeah, that's what a bodyguard is paid to do, but people couldn't help noticing how personal his attention seemed. He wasn't just guarding a client, he was shielding someone he clearly cared for. But wait till you hear this. Julius wasn't just around during the drama, he was there for the deepest moments too. He was reportedly inside the hospital room when Beyoncé gave birth. Not once, not twice, but for all 3 children. Think about that for a second. This man was in the delivery room, not just outside the door. That's a level of access only family usually gets. And with the Carters reportedly paying $1.3 million for an entire floor of the hospital just for privacy, fans can't stop asking, why did Julius have to be in there at all? There were no visible security threats, no crowd, no paparazzi. So what exactly was his role at that point? People online have dissected every little thing, from his subtle glances to his body language in public appearances. Old reports even claimed Jay-Z himself got suspicious, believing there was something romantic going on between Beyoncé and Julius. Allegedly, Jay once wanted him fired, but Beyoncé refused, saying Julius wasn't going anywhere. That alone sent social media into a frenzy. Like, why defend him that hard if it's just business?
Boy Carter. Beyonce. Beyonce.
Watch the ride with my fears away to the summer sunset on a holy night and a long back road and all the tears I fight.
I'm going to believe that the only reason Jay-Z and Beyonce are still together after he cheated on her is because she got her lick back. That has to be the case. Either she got her lick back or she cheated first.
And then there's that one viral photo fans can't stop talking about. Julius spotted with what looked like red lipstick on his cheek, while Beyoncé conveniently had her hair covering her own lips. The timing, the body language, the chemistry, fans have been piecing these clues together like detectives. Now, of course, nobody knows what really happens behind closed doors, but with stories like this resurfacing, people are starting to see why Dame Dash's latest comments hit so hard. Because if even some of this is true, it changes everything about how people view Beyoncé and Jay-Z's perfect image. The lines between loyalty, love, and scandal are blurring fast, and Julius might just be the man at the center of it all. People online are going crazy right now, because if you've ever seen Julius, you get why. He's tall, broad, quiet, and smooth, the kind of presence that turns heads without even trying. Fans can't stop talking about how Beyoncé always seems extra calm and confident whenever he's around, and honestly, that's got everyone asking the same thing. Was there more than just security going on between them? Every little moment, every glance, every subtle touch has people replaying footage like detectives on a mission. But what really got fans screaming recently was Beyoncé's new track Bodyguard from her Cowboy Carter album. The lyrics had the internet clutching pearls. I gave you kisses in the back seats. I whisper secrets in the backbeat. They couldn't catch you with me, and they never will. Sometimes I hold on just to know you're real. Like, what? Those are not just random words. That sounds deep. And with Beyoncé's history of using her music to tell her truth, fans were like, oh, she's talking about Julius. She's definitely talking about Julius. Remember, she's done this before. Her Lemonade album spilled all the tea about Jay-Z's cheating. She literally turned heartbreak into art. So if she's now singing about secret moments and whispered kisses, fans believe it's her own way of admitting something happened without saying it outright.
Your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there.
You hear 16 carriages. She is directly stating that her entire life, she recorded this album years ago, but her entire life, Summers, her whole life has been taken away from her. Mm-hmm. She wants freedom. The name of the album is Cowboy Carter. And he's traveling, when I tell you,
what a narcissist.
everywhere with her. She stopped posting pictures of her anniversary.
It's like she's letting the music speak for her, and people caught the message loud and clear. And trust me, this isn't the first time the rumor mill's been spinning. For years, blind items have been floating around the internet. Little anonymous gossip drops that all seem to point to the same story. Fans have kept receipts, and when you line them up, the pattern looks wild. Exhibit A, a blind from April 2016. It's about time she got back at her husband. This A-plus list singer is hooking up with her bodyguard. The husband's afraid of the guy, which probably helps. People instantly connected that to Beyonce and Julius. Then another one from last year read, this permanent A-list, one-named singer has been spending the last few months with her longtime bodyguard. Again, who else could that be talking about? Then came the Grammys rumor earlier this year. Reports claimed that Beyonce and Jay-Z showed zero affection that night. But people swear they saw Beyonce and Julius sharing this quick, knowing look backstage. And for the first time ever, Julius was caught smiling, not his usual professional, tight-lipped smirk. A real smile. Fans joked that he looked like a man who already knew the night was going to end in his favor. And here's the kicker. Another blind item just dropped recently saying, this will be the farewell tour for the one-named A-list singer. After this, she and her bodyguard are planning to disappear from the spotlight and live quietly, surfacing only once or twice a year. Imagine that! Beyonce and Julius just riding off into the sunset, leaving the fame behind like a movie ending nobody saw coming. Now, nobody's saying all this is confirmed, but when you stack up the music, the whispers, and the timeline, it's hard not to see a pattern forming. The fans aren't just reading into lyrics anymore, they're connecting dots that might just lead straight to the truth.
A monster. And I've known he's a monster for years. I waited a long time to see if he would grow a conscience. And the more he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a cabinet.
No, girl.
I tell you this right now, y'all talking about free Britney. Y'all need to be doing a campaign that say free Beyonce.
The Beyonce is free.
She is a prisoner in a gilded cage.
Oh, if Beyonce is in prison, she's in one of the most expensive prisons ever.
Yes, she is. And she's watched 24 hours a day. She's not allowed to make a choice for herself, not at all, not in any way.
Oh.
People think she has an amazing life. She is told what to say, she is told what to eat, she is told what to drink, she is told what to wear.
By whom?
She is not her husband's wife, she is his employee. It's a business.
My theory is the reason why she stayed with him because she has her man. She know her man is always going to be by her side and is going to be there. So, I mean, I guess she like, look, we here now. You cannot tell me the chemistry between both of them. I see what you're doing. To be honest, she don't even smile the way she smiled when she with this man.
The whispers about Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship just won't die down. And honestly, at this point, it's like they're not even trying to hide the cracks anymore. Fans are side-eyeing everything because if these new claims are true, the whole power couple image might have been built more on business than love. And when you think about Jay-Z's own messy past, the infidelity, the scandals, the endless rumors, it's wild to think he's got no ground to judge anyone else. But here's where it gets messy. A new blind item is now claiming that Beyonce may have never been truly in love with Jay-Z to begin with. According to this insider scoop, she didn't even want to marry him and was allegedly pressured into saying yes by her mom, Tina Knowles. Apparently, Tina thought Jay-Z was good for the brand, a perfect strategic move to elevate Beyonce's career and protect her image. The tea is that this wasn't a love story. It was a business plan. The blind item reads, this globally adored pop superstar, seen as one of the most powerful women in the world, built her empire beside a rap mogul. Their marriage has been hailed as the ultimate symbol of Black love and unity, but behind the scenes, it's anything but a fairy tale. It continues, the superstar never truly wanted this relationship. From the start, she was hesitant, uncomfortable, and pushed into it by her own mother, who viewed the rapper as a key to long-term fame and credibility. And when you look at the timeline, it adds up in a haunting way. Beyonce was only 19 when Jay-Z, already in his early 30s, started showing serious interest in her. She was still trying to find herself, figuring out her identity, her sound, her independence. And here was a grown, established man, 13 years older, pulling her into a world of money, power, and control. Insiders say she told her mom she wasn't sure about him, that she'd heard things about his reputation, his past with women, and didn't feel comfortable. But instead of backing her up, Tina allegedly shut her down cold. According to the same sources, Tina saw the long game. As Beyoncé's manager at the time, she viewed Jay-Z as a business asset, someone who could help her daughter break through to global superstardom and make her untouchable in the industry. The plan was simple: attach Beyoncé to a mogul and she'd become one herself. Love wasn't the priority, legacy was.
What I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate. And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
It doesn't say that she's going to get divorced, because I honestly don't believe that Beyoncé and Jay-Z will ever get divorced because of all of their money, but she may go off and just live her own life like he has allegedly been doing for so many years. This is going to be the farewell tour for the one named permanent A-list singer. Then she and her bodyguard are going to ride off into the sunset, and you won't see her more than once a year or so out in the wild. And again, this is allegedly Beyoncé and the Cowboy Carter tour. And this related blind item from June of 2024 reads, this permanent A-list one-named singer has been spending the past month or two with her longtime bodyguard. And this next one from the Grammy Awards in February reads, the permanent A-list rapper and his wife showed zero affection towards each other. She did make out with her bodyguard, though. And the related headline reads, I'm so obsessed with Beyoncé's longtime bodyguard, Julius, briefly breaking character after she won Album of the Year at the Grammys.
The insider even said, when the superstar admitted she wasn't sure she even liked him like that, her mother brushed it off. She told her to stop thinking emotionally and start thinking strategically. So if this is all true, it means the image of the perfect couple, the champagne, the matching Grammys, the empire, might have started out as pure strategy. And while the world saw romance and loyalty, what was really happening behind the scenes could have been obligation, power moves, and pressure from family. Fans are now revisiting old interviews and lyrics, trying to see if Beyoncé ever dropped hints. And the more people dig, the more the picture starts to shift. What if the most iconic love story in music history was never really a love story at all? Even though Beyoncé had her doubts, she still went along with it. The fame, the image, the pressure, she followed the plan. But what nobody realized back then was how dark her future husband's past really was, and how all those buried secrets would eventually crawl back into the spotlight. It's heavy stuff, but once you start connecting the dots, everything begins to make sense. The so-called perfect marriage might have been more of a polished performance than a real partnership. Rumors about cracks in their relationship have been floating around for years. And now, the puzzle pieces are starting to fit. Remember Beyoncé's former bodyguard, Uncle Ron? He once claimed that her marriage to Jay-Z wasn't built on love at all, but on strategy. A full-blown business contract dressed up as romance. Back then, people brushed it off as gossip. But now, with all these new blinds, lyrics, and interviews resurfacing, it's starting to sound less like a rumor and more like a revelation. And it doesn't stop there. Jaguar Wright, who's been spilling industry secrets for years, claimed that Jay-Z allegedly kept Beyoncé under control in ways that were deeply unsettling. She said he kept her on a cocktail of substances to make her dependent on him, to make sure she never strayed too far from his grip. It's disturbing stuff, but when you line it up with what Uncle Ron said, that Beyoncé seemed trapped in a marriage that was more about image than intimacy, the story starts sounding way too consistent to ignore. Jaguar even went as far as to say Beyoncé was like a prisoner in her own life, locked behind fame, expectations, and her husband's influence. Whether every detail is true or not, these claims have reignited fan debates about how much of her world is controlled and how much she's silently endured. It's giving Hollywood chess game, not love story. Now, all this raises another question. Did her parents, Tina or Matthew Knowles, know what was really happening? Because if the old reports are right, Tina was the one who allegedly pushed her toward Jay-Z for career stability. And now the blind items are backing that narrative up, word for word. It's like the whole thing has come full circle, from the early whispers to the public speculation now exploding across the internet. And honestly, when you think about it, it's not hard to understand why Beyoncé might have leaned on Julius, her bodyguard, through all of it. That man's been by her side for nearly 2 decades, through scandals, pregnancies, tours, and chaos. And he's never once sold her out. Reportedly, major media outlets have offered him millions for a tell-all story, and he's turned down every single offer. Not a single word out of his mouth. No leaks, no betrayals, just pure loyalty. That's why fans keep saying Julius might be the one person in her world she can actually trust. The BeyHive even jokes that they trust him more than Jay-Z. And honestly, that says everything. His quiet loyalty, his constant protection, and his refusal to cash in on her name. It's no wonder people think their connection runs deeper than just employee and employer. Because after everything she's been through, that kind of loyalty hits different. And it might just explain why she's kept Julius so close for so long. Now that Dame Dash has spoken up, things just got real. If what he's saying is true, Jay-Z might be facing one of the biggest public humiliations of his career. Dame didn't just stir the pot. He flipped it over and set it on fire. Because according to him, Julius's ex-wife might be stepping out of the shadows to tell her side of the story. And what she has to say could change everything. Allegedly, Beyoncé wasn't just part of Julius's professional life. She was part of the reason his marriage fell apart. Dame claims Julius's ex started noticing major changes in him right after he began working for Beyoncé. He became distant, distracted, and cold. At first, she brushed it off as stress from work, trying to convince herself it was just long hours and tight schedules. But then, out of nowhere, Julius handed her divorce papers. She was blindsided. And from what's being said, it wasn't about him being married to the job. It was about him allegedly being emotionally wrapped up with Beyoncé. And here's where it gets wild. Dame Dash seems to have known this story was about to explode before anyone else did. It's like he's been sitting on this information, waiting for the perfect moment to drop it and watch Jay-Z squirm. Let's be real, their feud has been simmering for years, and if there's anyone who'd enjoy watching Jay-Z's perfect empire take a hit, it's Dame. His timing feels way too precise, like he saw the storm coming and decided to fan the flames. Now, with his comments making rounds, the internet's gone nuclear. Dame's revelation basically confirmed what fans have been whispering about for years, that Beyoncé might have crossed the line with Julius. Suddenly, those old photos, the red lipstick on his face, the private glances, the lyrics in her songs, everything's being dissected all over again. Fans are connecting dots like it's a true crime investigation, and the timeline of it all is too suspicious to ignore. And if Julius's ex-wife actually comes forward, it could be massive. She's allegedly ready to share details about how things fell apart. And if she confirms even half of what's being said, Jay-Z's image could take a major hit. For years, Beyoncé and Jay-Z have been the definition of Black excellence. But this revelation could tear that image to shreds. Imagine years of loyalty from Julius, Jay-Z's long history of infidelity, and now whispers that Beyoncé may have been the one stepping out too. It's chaos on every level. People are already flooding the comments online asking the same thing. Is Dame just being petty and looking for payback, or is he actually exposing the truth he's known for years? Either way, he just detonated a bomb in Hollywood's most untouchable marriage. And with Beyoncé's fans, the BeyHive, demanding answers, it's clear this story isn't fading anytime soon. The internet's about to melt down. The gossip pages are eating this up, and Dame, he's sitting back, watching the empire he once helped build catch fire in real time. So now, with all this madness spilling out, from Dame Dash's fiery comments to the whispers about Julius's ex-wife, one thing's clear: the Carters are standing in the middle of a full-blown media storm. The internet can't stop talking, and it feels like every hour, new details are dropping that make this saga even wilder. Beyoncé's fans are torn, half defending her, half digging through her lyrics like detectives searching for clues. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's silence is only making the situation look worse, and Julius, he's just out here moving in silence, letting the world talk while he keeps his cool. And honestly, that's what makes this whole thing even more intriguing. The calmness, the timing, the energy, it's all giving something big is coming. Some people believe Beyoncé and Jay-Z are about to drop a major distraction. Maybe a new project, a tell-all doc, or even a public appearance to shut everything down. Others think this is just the beginning of something that'll change how fans see them forever. Either way, we're all locked in, waiting for what comes next. Because if Julius's ex really speaks out, or if Dame Dash drops more receipts, Hollywood's gonna explode. Think about it. This whole story connects dots that have been floating around for over a decade. The elevator fight, the secret lyrics, the bodyguard rumors, the blind items, the marriage speculation, it's all tangled together like one giant web of fame, loyalty, and betrayal. And now, with social media catching every little update, there's no going back to the picture-perfect image that once was. It's like the world's finally peeking behind the curtain of the Carter Empire, and what they're finding isn't all glitter and gold. But hey, this is just the first wave. The follow-up is coming, and trust me, it's gonna be legendary. You don't want to miss what's next because this story isn't done yet, not even close. So tell me in the comments, are you team Beyonce and Juju, or do you think this whole thing's just smoke and mirrors? Because that man Julius, he's got that quiet mystery that's driving everyone wild. Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more of the real tea, the drama, and the deep dives into celebrity chaos. And before you go, click that next video on your screen. It's packed with even more explosive celebrity stories that'll keep you hooked. I'll see you in the next one.